of Guinness. It made me sick for like the umpteenth time. It sucks. Murphy's is beautiful, Bemis is beautiful, Guinness is a bad friend. I like going on walks up here, especially with Simon, because I don't do exercise at all. There's no aspect of my life that has exercise in it. But whenever Simon's home from Cambridge, we go on walks and I get a little bit of exercise.
I would agree as well, especially at the start. I wouldn't describe myself as somebody who's maybe athletically inclined. I don't think,
No.
I'd probably prefer to be reclined most of the time.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, no, I mean, on that same point as well, it's on our doorstep, you know, like,
Yeah.
it takes me 10 minutes to get here, and I think it's a really nice, convenient way
And
to
it takes
see.
me an hour, even though I'm closer, but I'm always up late and I feel really bad, but sometimes I text them and I'm like, I'm leaving now, and I'm in bed.
Yeah. Because of the fact that when I'm back from university, I'm really often only here for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I then get to, you know, see you maybe twice, 3 times a week consistently.
We would see each other pretty often when you're home.
Yeah, when we do, but it's also nice to do something outside of maybe going out for the evening or going into town, or
Because I'm never doing that again, like I said.
never.
Well, I think if you just like look at us, like we are just like a little bit different, but I would also say that whenever we were younger, we weren't different like at all.
No.
Like in terms of just like how we were and stuff. Obviously, you've always been very like particular and stuff in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I haven't been. I've just been like, we'll just do it and see what happens, you know.
I'd say as well, part of that, when you're sort of growing up, especially, we went to the same preschool and we went to the same primary school and we went to the same secondary school.
Yeah.
For maybe the first 8 years, we were sort of step by step, we're sort of in lockstep.
Yeah.
Most of like growing up, and even for example, you spent a lot of the time across the road from me at your auntie's.
Yeah.
So we saw each other a lot, and
Yeah, I mean, I would have seen you pretty much every day
yeah.
of my life for a good few years. But obviously, we had maybe like a couple of years and stuff where we maybe weren't as close as we were, even in like secondary school and stuff.
Yeah.
But I actually think it was us going on walks and stuff, honestly, that kind of made us feel like, remind us like how like close we actually are and stuff.
Because even though we are slightly different people, I'd say, I mean, I do like the compliment of being quite calm and chill most of the time. That sort of particular, or maybe often sort of high stress attitude to things comes in, and I think we balance each other out in a nice way. But I do think we have similar interests, and we always sort of like the same things. And
this isn't even like tooting my own horn or anything, but like it is just like the kindness that we have for each other, I think. Okay, so this is how I met Simon in my brain. We went to the same nursery, Stepping Stones, if you know it, you know it. It was unreal. I walk in on my first day and Simon is playing kitchen. And I'm like, this guy has got, he's got it under control already. You know, people are playing in the sand pit and stuff, playing with toys. He's playing kitchen, you know, like just totally focused and like keeping everything clean and stuff. That's what I remember anyways of meeting you for the first
I
time.
have a slightly different memory, and these were probably 2 events that happened on the same day.
Yeah,
it's just we
or even
remember
different days. You know.
Yeah, because
Funny enough,
unfortunately, 15 years ago, it's a bit
you
of a
don't
blur.
remember everything.
Yeah, but I remember, well, on the kitchen thing, I do remember spending a bit of time looking in the cupboards. It was like a Daddy Longlegs or something, I think, in the corner of the cupboard, and I think we both looked at it and was like, oh, it's cool. And then,
I actually think I remember.
yeah, and then crazy 15 years later, I cannot be near any sort of spiders, but
Yeah.
and then also, the main thing in my mind when I first remembered you, I came in after you, is in my head what happened, and then I went to like a wee table, and I was sort of flustered and sort of nervous, and I ended up in the corner or something. I think you came up to me, so I think those
Unreal.
yeah, which is like honestly a better story for you. I think knight in shining armor sort of situation.
That's unreal. That's always been good, I think, like our friend group and stuff as well. It always kind of keeps everyone together, I think, you know.
'Cause we would spend a lot of time, even if we had I would definitely agree. In primary school, we were definitely slightly less close than we were at the start of primary school.
Yeah, well, but I also think that's my fault because I was a loser and I was like, do you know what I want to do? I want to be friends with all the popular ones.
Again, shocked to hear I was not popular. What the
Funny enough, Simon Holland was not like one of the most popular kids in school, and neither was I.
Even on that, we sort of talked about it a little earlier, and that
Mm-hmm.
in primary school we were sort of pretty much the extension of the same person.
Yeah,
I think when you're about
ways.
6 years old, you don't really have a personality. You're just
Yeah.
sort of
Just copying each other. Yeah.
And then by the point of time
Well, I know that my grades started to go down whenever my friend died. I think that was whenever I kind of stopped giving a shit about school sometimes, was after that moment. And also just COVID in general was like that thing of like, why the fuck am I doing work? Like I'm at home. Like I had that mindset. I think you would have had a very different mindset from me.
Yeah.
And then obviously Noah passed away and it was just like, I don't even want to do school at all, like any day. So
I think I'm just a little more hardwired for the regimented sort of scheduled stuff that I was sort of able to chug along. I think I spent a lot of the summer being quite nonchalant or indifferent to it because I didn't really want to think about it because you know it's a big thing going away for university, and especially because the would you believe sort of the Cambridge offer meant quite a lot to me, and I was like sort of really trying to make sure I got it to the point where I was sort of shit scared of not getting it to the point of I didn't want to talk about it, and therefore because of that I didn't really think about going away. But then when I got the offer and I realized, oh, I'm not going to be here for like 9 months out of 12 months of the year, I'm away from my friends for the rest of the year, that sort of hit me.
I mean, I knew he was going to get into Cambridge anyways. I knew you were going to get in. I think that anytime you like go for something, you just get it. So I wasn't surprised at all when you got in and stuff. Thinking like the past year of you being away, like you've become so much more like social and stuff in a way, and like obviously like you come out with us and stuff like all the time, and it's fantastic. But like you know, I think like going away and stuff, like it really like it makes you like kind of change like for the best sort of thing, you know. It honestly doesn't feel that bad. I'm like, I'm always like so busy anyways whenever you're away. It's not that I don't miss you, obviously I miss you, but you know, it is like just that thing of like, it's just the time goes by so quick and stuff. It makes you like kind of change like for the best sort of thing, you know.
I mean, I definitely agree. I would say I've definitely become more social, and I think I've just become a little more self-sufficient, or even a little more proactive in terms of actually trying to get things done or trying to see people more. And I think, well, we talked about it before. It's like when I come back after or during vacations or during breaks or that sort of thing, we make it. It's really easy to transition back into it. It's
because we make the effort, but both of us
we make the effort. But then after like we're about halfway through one walk, and it's just sort of like I've not been away. And sort of back to it. Again, I think going away did help. Sort of build character, which I think has just made it better.
A lot of steps and a lot of drink.
Yes.
And maybe too much drink.
I don't think there's such a thing.
After last night, I do think there is definitely too much drink that a man can have.
How did you guys meet?
Do you want to tell your perspective?
It was your pre-formal of your school, and I went outside, and there you were.
Yep. I was very drunk, and like, so we were in like a circle of friends. Cause I knew like Jack, and also I knew some of like her friends, and she was talking to us. And then all of them just left, and it was just me and her. Yeah, I embarrassed myself pretty.
The conversation wasn't anything like really striking. It was literally like, What's your name?
Honestly, not a very exciting story. I just remember saying I'm not gay.
Yeah.
That was one of the main points.
I say we both have very random humour.
Yeah, you're just weird, man.
You're both.
But
you're a weirdo as well.
Like, we're just weird, so it just works. I think I am just quite a big of a weirdo.
Yeah.
So I just think whenever we were on our first date, I was just being weird because I wasn't aware that I wasn't like trying not to be weird, so it just didn't really come
Our first
through.
date was like a whole mixture of things.
It was so odd.
Like-
We were out very late.
Yeah.
It was like 3:30 or 4 when we went home. It was really, really late.
Yeah.
You know, no one wanted to call it.
I think we're both very like, we're aware of things a lot more. We're aware of things. I don't know how to word it, but like, we both are very, I don't know.
Like
How
aware
to-
of each other?
No, of things around us. Like,
Yeah.
We're both acknowledged on each other's interests, but we
Yeah.
don't like each other's interests, if that makes sense. Like,
So would you say you're not really similar? Like generally?
not interest-wise.
yeah.
Our interests are quite different, but our like we have things that we enjoy talking about each other. And I was meeting all your friends at the time. I thought it was quite fun because I was able to just like
Yeah.
speak to new people at all. Even though, you know.
I want to toot our horns again, but I feel like we have really good taste in friends. Like, our friends are really nice
Yeah.
people, so it's not like, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
In my eye. You're very similar to all your family, so I get along with them very easily.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were completely different people, but they still like find interest. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of reflected how I view people,
Yeah.
where it's more like the actual person than anything around them. So I think that's how both of us kind of.
I mean, my parents were mixed, which I know we joke about, but
Yeah.
like at the time
Yeah.
when they started with it was pretty tough to keep up. So they're very well like versed in people like there was a lot of my family members didn't go to their wedding because they didn't want to be in like that space.
Felt better with myself.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I think you learn to love yourself a bit more whenever you're in a healthy relationship because the other person loves you and it gives you like a bit of value. Because if they're like we compliment each other quite a lot,
Yeah.
so whenever we compliment each other, it's like you feel it after a while. Sometimes whenever the first couple of compliments come through, you're like, oh, they're just saying this to be like nice. But then after a while, you're like, no, this person does actually think that I look nice or that I am funny or
But
that
not
I
my
am interesting.
confidence in like speaking to people. I'm not
yeah.
as scared to go up to somebody and be like, I like your boots. Or
Yeah.
like,
To be fair, I don't know if that's even for me just a thing of like growing up and getting older, but I know that I've definitely become more like socially competent since I started growing up with you because I was able to just like go up to people and
both of us have kind of found out who we are
yeah.
in a way, which we're still obviously figuring out because we're 19, but
Yeah.
in a way we're kind of like, even your style or like music and all that there, because you have someone else that you want to impress, it's more just not even trying to impress them, but just trying to be
Your actual self
yeah,
to them
yourself
instead
the
of like
most.
yeah.
Like, we've changed, like, from even from like
It's a
17 to 19.
It is a point in your life where you change a lot anyway.
Yeah, but I still
But-
feel like we've
Yeah.
said the same people, we have the same morals, and I think that way I've kind of found myself more.
This is on behalf of Liam O'Neill. Why is there no medicine in the jungle? Because of paracetamol.
This photo here is when we were single. We were only a few months going together in our Meath. And Bobby's mother took a photo.
That's my brother, and that's my brother. Oh, sorry, it's me. It was really hard, and then I had we lived in 19 Wall Street.
Going for light bombing, going from one place to another, the whole way up the Falls Road. We lived down at Divis, at the bottom of the falls, and then we moved up to Beachmount. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Prairie. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up to Lazarus. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Beachmount. And then we moved up to Prairie. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up to Lazarus. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Prairie. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up to Lazarus. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Prairie. And then we moved up to Mogwai. And then we moved up to Porcupine. And then we moved up to Mirah. And then we moved up
Robert, but I'm called Bobby Morrow. I was born in 1943 in a place called Carrickhill,
You taking over all this?
and the housings wouldn't fit the people, so they knocked it down and put us into another place. My father was called Robbie Morrow. He died in 1958, which has left my mum with 6 children. I'm the second oldest, and it was tough for her because none of us were working, and there was four children below me, so it was tough in the days.
Did you sit there and rhyme all this off before you came on?
I was 21. I met my wife in the Orpheus ballroom. You call it a ballroom because it was a dance hall. We met in 1966, and we got married in August 1968.
Because you couldn't wait, so you couldn't. I say a wee bit, if I can get something in. Well, my name was Rose. I don't know why my mum changed it, but as I grew up, I was called Rosalie. And to this day, sometimes I make a mistake when I go to, what do you call it? Specsavers. And she says, what's your name? And sometimes I say Rose Pig, which is my single maiden name. But I've got used to it anyway. When I was about 7 or 8, then we got a beautiful house in a beautiful place called Ballymurphy Road. And we were there. So I met Bobby, as you know, in the Orpheus. Didn't need any alcohol. We just got sandwiches and cups of tea. And he asked, could he leave me home? And I says, of course. So when I got in the car, I started getting a bit nervy because he didn't want to say I lived in Ballymurphy. So halfway up, he says, where do you live? And I said, Springfield Road, because it sounded nicer. And then we got up, and of course, I said, drop me off here, I'll be fine. He says, no, I'm leaving you home. And he says, okay. He says, where are you going? I says, in left. He says, Ballymurphy. And that was it. Don't go any further. So, no, don't, because it's on that.
Oh, was it? Yeah. In those days, the 70s and the 80s were brutal over here with the Troubles. And when I turned into that street, the army was there, and they searched you. And if you didn't have a gun, they give you one.
Yeah, that's a joke. That's a big joke.
If you want.
Yeah, well, we went to Dublin, our honeymoon, and my wife Rosaline then, I like to play football, and we came home early from our honeymoon, and I had to play a football match. It was the final cup in Andersonstown, and when I played, we won 4-1, and I scored 2 goals. And your mum had her finger in a
bottle of Coke. And when the match was over, she couldn't get it off, so I had to take her down to the Royal Hospital. So if he's wrong, I pretend he's right, so there'll be no arguments or anything, but I'm always right.
We just loved each other, and when our children grew up in their teens, on any of our anniversary, they would put money together and send us to Paris. And we're 57 years married, and we're still in love.
We've been lucky, just.
One boy and 2 girls. But when you're ringing Stephen, you can hardly get him. It's like looking for holy water in an orange lodge.
Yes, that's all fun.
Yep. Fun.
Okay. Well, Bobby and I, after we got married, we found it hard to get a house of our own. So we offered a house in Green Island, which we never heard of before, but we went for it. But the only thing was, the whole street, it was all Protestants, we the only Catholics, but we thought that was all right because our next door neighbours were very nice. But across the field from us, there was a big UDA hut where they had, you know, music and a lot of drinking going on. So when they come out of there, a lot of them come over and painted their car or told us to get out. I had to sleep, 6 months pregnant. The two of us had to sleep on the floor at night to feel safe. So the next morning we got up, our car was absolutely painted over, telling us to get out. So I had to get my brother-in-law, Shawnee, and he came up with a lorry and took us away, what do you call it, the housing executive. And while I was standing in the queue, I fell on my stomach. So the people around me all lifted me, and then the man came out and says, come on in, and he brought us in. And they started offering us a place to live. But everywhere was troubled areas, New Lodge, Ballymurphy. He says, no, we don't want to go into
Turf Lodge.
And Turf Lodge, we didn't want to go into another dangerous place. So we were offered a house in Glengormley beside Bellevue Zoo, which I never heard of, but we got it and it was like heaven. And we lived happily ever after. We have lovely memories, and the one I love best is this lady. After I left her, I started trying to be like her, to tell people you love them, give them a smile, say hello. But we went into Sainsbury's up in Anderson's town for a cup of coffee. And through the whole grocery part of Sainsbury's, we could hear an old woman shouting all over, hello, I love you. And I said to Bobby, my God, who was that? And then I started getting nearer and nearer, and all we could hear was the voice getting louder, hello, I love you. And then I came into where we were looking at the clothes. And she looked at me and Bobby, and she was in a wheelchair, and there was a carer pushing her. And she looked at me and Bobby, and she said, hello, I love you. So I decided to give her a kiss on the cheek and a big hug, and says, we love you too. So she went into the next aisle, and we heard her saying to the carer, do you know something? That's the first lady has said back to me, I love you too. And it has stayed with me forever, because it means a lot to be pleasant when you're passing people, give them a smile, say hello, and that gets you there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I would say I would go to the 9 out of 10. Deep friendship. 10 out of
10. Birdseed. Talk about him.
Chelby has his finger on the pulse.
He has his finger on the pulse of society.
Yeah.
No, Tony.
Let's start with a simple question. What's your name?
You're not recording, sure you're not? Son, he loved it, so I continued making chicken stew. All you do is you buy a frozen bag of casserole vegetables, use it, peel the potatoes, put the chicken in, and then the chicken stock, a couple of chicken stock, and you just cook away at it. It's lovely.
We go to Larne, we go to Ballymena, we go to Antrim, and we go to Carrick.
Hollywood.
What's the point?
What's the point to anything, really?
Am I still being recorded?
Yeah.
Oh yes, sometimes you're invited.
Yes.
And you come if you have any holiday needs
Yes.
or Queen's outfit needs.
That's when
you would
we
sometimes
eat
do
then. when you're with us.
And well, we'll have to eat with you because you need to entertain. And you need entertainment through the use of your belly, getting full.
How many siblings did you have, or do you have?
Siblings, I had 2. A brother and a sister. Yes, very close, especially my sister. But when we got married and she came back from America, she bought a house up in Glengormley, and then so did we. And then when I had the children, I used to visit her, she visited me.
How many did you have? Do you have, I mean?
3, all boys. It was a good laugh, It was good for playing football, or indeed playing golf in our latter years, and our descending years. And yeah, it was good.
Married, I wasn't 21 till 17 days later, and my father had to sign permission for me to get married. I don't think, don't marry young, definitely not. I know you grow up with your children, that's the only benefit. I mean, I'm still here and have children in their 60s.
Who would you say was the most trouble?
Of the 4 boys, I wouldn't like to say. I could tell you it was 2 of them was trouble.
See, I call them one. Yeah.
They weren't really, weren't that much of a bother really.
Did you never?
They were quite good for me. I loved a daughter. But I mean, I had to stop at 4 because it cost you £250,000 a year for a child.
What?
And if I hadn't had any children, I'd have been a millionaire.
For $1 million a year?
Yeah. No, not a year. Sorry, I say a year. I meant in your lifetime.
A year.
Could you blank that?
Yeah.
Granda was, he worked in, first of all, I want to say he went to study to be a brother. He went to be a brother in Prairie, teaching brother, Christian brother, but he left when he went to Liverpool. When he came back, he worked in a bar, whereas all he had to do was another year and he would have been a teacher, but he didn't. Then he left the bar and went to the bookies, he was bookies clerk, and later on he went to work in a big company called ICI down in Carrickfergus. And then,
Oh my God, it goes on.
look at his whole history. He worked for Belfast City Council until he retired when he was 59.
Value centre. But don't like to talk about that.
Say that again.
That's our Vietnam.
Well, we owned a shop in Smithfield. It was a bit of a disaster. It was lovely, like, but it put us in the gypsies. And to Ireland, round Ireland. One year I booked the Dublin Sport and the boys were saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" And one turned this corner and looked up and we couldn't believe it. It was so beautiful.
Unbelievable.
There was
Ski slope.
A ski slope.
Golf course.
There was a golf course and a swimming pool inside.
Pool. And a barbecue.
And balconies.
A barbecue.
Everything. And the curtains went and fell first. First time we had
And I
dinner.
went to Portugal. And we went on a lovely wee cheeky paddle, me and Granda. And it was the midday sun and everybody had buggered off. We thought that's all, but we've got the place to ourselves, this is great. So we were paddling around like James Bond for hours in the blazing midday sun. And then we went home and we got the jaundice.
Wasn't it? It was heat stroke.
We got heat stroke sign at the jaundice.
And we had to go to Cortero.
Yeah,
Yes.
picture 2010, Antrim, outside Antrim. And
Yes,
we went
at
there
the
cheeky
Park
car boot
Hotel.
sale. It was one of the wee Saturday we go for a wee cheeky wee car boot
For
sale
merch.
session. And we saw Uncle Barry and they were selling like, I don't know, they were selling like wee
Things out
dopey
of the
stuff, the
house,
handmade
stuff,
stuff. So we went up to them and I was having a look at the merch and just being nice because it was all rubbish. And Nana says,
No, why don't you say what you said?
"You
Well,
said what you said."
I knew the two of them. They were a lovely couple they were. And I said to them, "Is this not soul destroying?"
Ever since that day, any time we go to a car boot sale, we'll say, "Isn't it soul destroying?"
That's
And
right.
usually it is.
It's mine. Well, I've got a few best friends at the minute. Well, my sister was my best friend until she passed away last year. But I have friends to go to club with, Ailish, Anne and Margaret. I also go out with Eileen, who was my friend from years ago. And then on a Friday I go down to Dunelm to meet, there's 9 girls there.
How do you have so many friends? Like, how did you make all these
Because I'm
friends?
lovely. I'm very amiable. Life advice? Well, I would think, don't be smoking.
Yes.
Drink very little. If you have to drink whiskey.
Drink loads, smoke loads. Just have it. Study hard.
Yes.
Study up but hard. Study good at university. And yeah, because it'll stand you in good stead. That's the mature thing to do.
Okay.
And what Nana says.